Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning.
I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
Oh, that just made me giggle. You had such a twinkle in your eye, almost like Santa Claus.
Bing.
We're talking about attitude today.
I love attitude.
You say that about every topic.
Well, I do because
I could say we're talking about bowel movements today.
I love a bowel movement. I'm full of love. What I'm going to tell you right now is I try to love things and I love life. And it doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to just come at it with love. And it makes my life so much better.
Jason comes at life. He has the boy, do I have enthusiasm attitude every morning.
Thanks, Papa.
Yes, he learned that from his grandfather, which it actually was a slip of the tongue. I think he was either going to say enthusiasm or optimism or energy, and all three words just came out together.
And he kept it, and he owned it.
Boy, do I have enthusiasm, and it's such a great attitude. We happen to be going to a conference today, which we love conferences. So if you are followers of Jana and Jason, you know that we are constantly learning and growing.
An investment in yourself is one investment that will always pay off.
And it's tax-free.
This one is, yeah.
Anyway, we are going to this conference today, and we woke up super excited. Now, like many of these conferences, there's usually a private group online that you can join, and you can get to know the other participants that are going to be there, and you can kind of start to connect. So Jason got on the page this morning to see, okay, what are people saying? How are people feeling this morning about our conference that we're going to be spending the next 3 days together at Trade Surge? And anyway, what did you read?
It was just interesting because I attended this conference today, and might I say it was truly exceeded my expectations. I'm a little concerned about the classes. So the first conference was kind of an introductory, like, hey, wake up. And then the classes that we're going to today, tomorrow, and Sunday are the education classes. Like, it's like, how do you do this? And
let me just be real. That's how they all work. They start out with
always an ascension program.
There's always like some sort of motivational, inspirational day where they get you to come and they get you all fired up. And then at the end of the day, they're like, now, if you really are ready to take action in yourself, then do this. And then they offer something. And of course, Jason and I are like, all right, let's see what they're offering. And it sounded like, you know what, that sounds like fun to us. So we decided to proceed and go forward with this. The thing is that on this group...
Oh my God, it just went viral, in the group.
It felt like that funk, that one person...
I read a couple reviews, and they're going to try to sell us at the end.
That one person puts out a little doubt, a little skepticism, a little... He's bringing an energy to the group that is it's his protection mechanism because he doesn't want to get scammed, and he's trying to alert everyone in the group. Oh, watch out.
Keep your
caution.
Keep your antennas up.
Yes, keep your antennas up. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because it is that... I know, again, it's just our lizard brain trying to protect us and trying to make sure that we aren't naive. However, it's that same attitude that will keep us from growing, learning, connecting, and it's contagious. It is contagious.
It is contagious. And where your focus goes, energy flows.
Yes.
So when you're focused on how are they going to get me? How am I going to...
That's the thought. That's the limiting belief right there. How are they going to get me?
How am I going to lose in this?
The world is not out to get us.
But when you're focused on that, it's what's going to happen. There's going to be that you're not going to get the return on investment of time or whatever you paid for the tickets. So, because you're focused on the wrong thing. It's what can this teach me? What can I learn from this?
How can I grow?
But if a large portion of your energy is going, all right, what's wrong with this? And how is this bad for me? And also anything that you do learn, it's not going to stick. Because you're not accepting it and it's tainted.
You're not open. Yeah. You're not open.
It's crazy.
You're living in lack.
And you know what? I was like this. I know, like I remember being like this.
And I was just going to say, I think we both have been like this in the past. We both have gone to these things and said, oh, here it comes. And we're still. And
I'm sure
we're still aware.
I'm sure there's places where I'm still like that. I just haven't recognized it because we haven't been in those situations lately.
And here's the thing, is that's how these things work. That's how they operate is, again, they start out with an inspirational day. They motivate you. They get you all pumped up to change your life. And then they offer something. They offer something more. That's how these things work.
It's an incredible deal. It's an irresistible offer. Every time it's an irresistible offer. The irresistible offer to get you in the room. That's just the way it works.
That's the way it works. But it's how we perceive it.
And another thing is you have to have the irresistible offer because we're so programmed now to look for how they're getting us.
Uh-huh.
So we've got to get you in the room, or like whoever it is has to get you in the room so that there might be a chance that they could help you get better.
Isn't that funny?
It's insane.
There might be a chance they can help you.
Yeah.
And it's all about how we perceive it. And again, we go to these things because there's something in our souls that wants to learn, wants to grow, wants to, I put this in quotes, but get better.
Want more out of life.
Want more. We want more. And so we go to these things, and then at the same time, we close off. And we say, oh, but you're trying to scam me. You're trying to take my money. You're trying to, well, we need to reframe that. They're not trying to take our money. They're trying to help. And it's like, here's an example. How do you view police officers?
Yeah.
I was taught growing up, police officers are your friend. Police officers.
This is gonna blow up the chat just because I was taught that too.
I was taught that. Now, I know that other people have grown up in different circumstances and they have literally been taught, oh no, the police are out to get you.
Well, think about this. Anytime the police officer is like the blue lights pop up behind you, what's your immediate feeling?
I mean,
like,
still.
My gosh, she's going to pull me over to tell me there's something wrong with my car because.
He's probably telling me I'm driving too fast, right. Which is true.
I'm in trouble.
I don't want to hear it, but it is true. And you have to look at it like he or she, excuse me, the police person their job is to keep safety and order.
And respond to help. They are helpers, but we're not. But it often seems like we're in trouble.
And therefore, sometimes people perceive police officers to be the bad guy,
the man trying to keep me down.
All of a sudden, in high school, the word for police officer was pig.
Oh, here comes the pig. Fun police, the pig.
Yeah, right.
the pigs are wrecking the party. That's a horrible. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Here come the pigs. And, get out. The pigs are coming. I don't know if that was a farm reference.
Kansas, you don't know. Well, it was in Quincy too, so it might have just been.
And so our perception started to change, right? And then slowly, then over the pandemic, it felt like there was like a society against police.
Oh yeah, Take the badges, take the guns, defund them, all that.
Yeah, it's all about our perception. And so back to our conference today and the attitudes that people arrive with. here's the second part of this. You have an attitude, so you have a thought, and then that creates a feeling. And when you have a thought and a feeling combined, that will influence your actions, and therefore you are creating your reality. So if you have the thought, oh, they're out to get me, and then you have this feeling, ooh, I got to be on alert.
Yeah.
I got to be cautious. Guess what you're going to experience?
It's all that just creates this resistance.
Yes.
So there's going to
And
be
your overall goal is to change and grow.
and that this is basically putting a layer of resistance over any growth that you might possibly have.
It's the
Whether
stop
it's financial, spiritual,
Relational.
relational, anything.
Anything that you are trying to work on, you are in your own way. You are your biggest obstacle.
It's a resistance to the connection that you're trying to make. That you want. So you're saying, I want this connection, but you're resisting it by showing up that way. If you're not showing up fully and open, then you're not going to be able to experience that full relationship and connection.
In the last week alone, I have probably, I don't know if God is just sending me these people trying to make a point to me, but I feel like I've had coffee. I have met with 4 or 5 different people, and they all are having the same issue where it feels like they are trapped in their circumstances. And when I try to give them a different perspective, because I'm not in their circumstances, I am outside looking in saying, okay, but do you see how you are creating this? You are creating it by the thoughts you are having and the feelings that you're having around this. If we want to change our lives, we need to change our energy.
Amen. And how, I don't even know if we need to talk about this today, but it feels like whenever I talk to people that feel like that, whenever I say you need to change your energy, you're kind of creating this for yourself. They're like, no, it's happening to me.
It's a resistance. And all of a sudden I'm like, do you hear yourself? You are becoming a victim in your own life.
Yeah. It's one of those feelings. Like you can say you can't read the label when you're inside the box, but when you're inside the box, you do not want to hear it. You're like, just get me out of the box. Just get me out of the box. And
like, help me. I don't understand.
They're fighting you off with everything they have because that resistance is so built up, and the attitude and just the thought process of it's happening to me keeps you in the box.
Again, it's happening to me again.
Yeah.
This always happens
to me.
It does. I already know the outcome because I've been there before. Well, if you keep doing and thinking the same things that you've always done and thought, guess what kind of results you're going to have? You're going to have the same results.
That's the definition of insanity.
And until we say, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to think about this differently. I'm going to feel differently about this. Those two things. Just those 2 things alone will create a chain reaction where you start taking different actions. Yeah. But it's up to us. It is up to the individual, and nobody can do it for you. It's something that you have to figure out yourself, but everybody has the capability.
Yeah.
If they are just aware.
Awareness. It always comes back to awareness.
Always. It always comes back to awareness. Okay. I'm on a rant, and now I am going to attend a wonderful conference where I'm going to meet the most
amazing people,
and I'm going to learn aha moments that I didn't realize. And maybe if I have learned them before, they're going to hit differently with me today because I am open and aware and ready.
And you're at a different level of viewership.
Thanks for joining us. As always, and keep living lucky.
Woo!
Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See you. I was going to say see you tomorrow, but it'll actually be Monday.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.